Greetings and blessings, my friends. I'm Zitmy, your medium. I thank you for being here on a live broadcast today of Best Magical Spells, where I'm here to answer all your most frequent questions. Today we're going to start with several questions, several issues that I get on a daily basis, whether it's for love, betrayal, hatred, house remedies, different type of remedies to, I guess, better your lifestyle, better your homes, where I'm going to go ahead, like I said, one by one, say hi to you and see if we can answer as many questions as we can today. The first question I will go ahead and want to answer is, how do I detect if my boyfriend cheats on me? There's several ways, several rituals. Like I said, I usually have main ones on YouTube, but also I want to go ahead and say several ways that you can detect it. If you go to my YouTube, you're going to see several rituals that this is the purpose of their usage. How to detect if my boyfriend is cheating me, how to detect if my boyfriend is not necessarily talking to another person, but, you know, getting that enthusiastic feeling of actually going that step away from that actual marriage and having an affair. There's many ways. I'm always saying that one of my main issues is that at all costs, please, wives, husbands, if you're going to go ahead and do these rituals, you have to be really careful, because in the other hand, you find out the truth, but I don't want you to get caught actually doing them. So this is the way to do them in order to go ahead and keep it on the safe side. You know, one of the ones that I like the most is getting a cup. And believe it or not, this releases the actual dreaming of the actual purpose of the person. We get a cup full of water. The egg is one of an actual ingredient that, believe it or not, it's such a special ingredient that will allow us to know, due to the changing of color, due to once popping it, if it's completely clear, it robs the actual thought of the mind. Some people actually ask me, well, how can the egg really turn either dark or stay light, or what is the... It's a powerful ingredient that actually robs the energy of that mind. That's why we get the water, we get the glass, we put the egg inside, and we locate it directly in the bottom of the head of where the person lays their head. And you'll see that we'll go ahead and be robbing that energy, that thought that they have. And that's how it will get to know exactly what's going on in that person's mind. Obviously, if it turns dark, it's that we're having a difficulty in what is our marriage. You know, they're thinking about something that they shouldn't be. So after, you should be aware that obviously there's something wrong going on there. We would like to keep it a little bit further and see, you know, what are the details for that. Okay, let's go ahead and begin saying hi to people. Angeles, hi. We have Nini. Hola, Simi. Hello, Nini. We have official gender game. Zitmy, I love your love spells. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. We have Italian Girl, Volume. Okay. We have Anaya B. Hey. Hi, how are you? We have Melissa. Hola from Texas. Does your spell really work? And if they do, then how long do they usually take into effect? The spells that you see on YouTube, they're done spiritually. They're done with the energy and the light of each person itself. So it's not the actual spell, it's not the actual ingredient, it's how much faith you can have in an actual spell and what you do in order to go ahead and put that spell. Remember that at all points when you're using all these ingredients, when you're bonding them together, when you're actually wishing upon these goddesses, you're really wishing upon what you're giving energy to that light is. That means you're bringing it in from your inside. Sometimes, I don't know if you guys have ever heard that the worst and the most demon thing or ritual or spell that anybody could do is actually bad talking somebody. And that is effectively it. And the same way, it works both ways. You can either be jeopardizing somebody by saying something negative about somebody, or you can actually be doing something positive by actually wishing upon something. Why? Because it's coming from the heart. So the rituals is the energy that you give it, Melissa, and it's the power that you put into it. Sometimes I won't disagree that sometimes you do your own rituals, and you might need an extend or extreme a little bit further than what your power may be. In that case, you're more than welcome to reach me. I will show you how to give it to you. If you guys can do it on yourself, I would really love it, since you're putting all that energy into your own ritual. If not, I can go ahead and step out of the way and push it a little bit more for you guys. On the bottom, you will be seeing, during the time I'm saying hello to you guys and everything, ways to reach me, ways to email me. You guys have any doubts, any thoughts that you want to go ahead and share with me, I would really, would like to help you. Just email me, or you can call my WhatsApp, Twitter, whichever ways you guys want to go around it. We have Nini. Zitmy, I've been in a bad way. Okay, I've been in a bad way for almost a year, and things have gone wrong. Can you see what I should do to get better? Te quiero. There's many ways. Sometimes the majority of the questions are, Zitmy, I have witchcraft. Zitmy, I have voodoo done. Zitmy, I have this person who has bad vibes over me. Or some issues could be directly from inside your home, which later on I will go ahead and explain to you how you guys can go ahead and cleanse out that home. Nini, we really have to see, and we have to dig deep to see what is the actual problem. Sometimes it's not the actual person, it's the actual vibe around you, it's the actual situation that's occurring around you. So we have to figure out if it's just a stage you're going through your life, which is more than, we go through tough, stages in our life, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we're having issues or problems with bad vibes or bad rituals or whatever it may be. What it's basically telling you is that we would have to see where it's coming from. Sometimes we could do things, cleansings of ourselves, with 7 different spiritual kind of leaves, or we can do spiritual ways with different baths that I can go ahead and tell you guys how to do them. Or actually, sometimes we could do a small ritual to go ahead and push it out of the way, push that bad vibe. Maybe it's inside your home, maybe it's something you picked up. So we really have to base, the ground where it's coming from. If it's something on you, well, I can show you how to go ahead and remove it in order for you not to go ahead and keep on with it. Feel free, you can contact me. I have plenty of rituals in YouTube, and if not, I'll be more than helpful to you, so you can go ahead and get through it. Gracias por todo que haces para nosotros. Thank you for everything that you do for us. I'll be more than willing to anything that I can. I'll be here to help you guys. We have Italian girl. Volume, please, Zitmy. You're not hearing me. Maybe you want to check, because everything sounds pretty good. I'm not saying it's your system, but here we're doing the max we can here. We have Goddess Light 444. Hello, Goddess. We have Akaya B. Hola, hello, Akaya. We have Scarlett with little hearts. Hi, Scarlett. We have Donna. Hi, Zitmy. My husband is cheating. Yes, lies about it. He moved on out of state, yet calls me and says he loves me and misses me. He is promised to come back home over and over again. Yes, he fails to do so. Donna, there's relationships that sometimes go wrong in the actual time that we are together. Whether we mistreat the relationship, whether we fall out of the new things we want to do, whether the situation may be. Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with the actual betrayal. So here what we want to do is we have to find out what was the reason for him leaving. This kind of situation, I'm glad you brought it up, because sometimes you tell me, Zitmy, give me a ritual. I have to give you a ritual for something. whether it was for cheating, whether it fell out of love, whether it was out of intimacy, not enough love, not enough time to share with one of each other, no communication. So there's different type of rituals for different type of things. So sometimes it's not that I don't want to give you guys a ritual, it's just I don't want to go, have you guys purchase something that's not going to help you, and then you come back to me, well, Zitmy, you didn't help me. That's not that I didn't want to help you, it's just you did a wrong ritual for a wrong situation or an issue that you did not have in your relationship. So sometimes I would like to talk to you guys so you guys can explain to me better. This is why I put my email, my telephone, everything, so you guys can explain to me what is the situation, what is really the problem, so I can go ahead and either advise you on a ritual or see what we can do in order to go ahead and save that relationship, hon. So feel free to call me. We have Kaya B. Do you work with any deities? Yes, we do. As you can see behind me, yes, we do. We have a little bit more further on than what is spiritual. Spiritual is a light energy that is bounced in us, and yes, we could, rely on it unto a certain amount of point. When, let's say, it's voodoo done to me, rituals done to me, or any kind of bad vibes done to me, then we can't just rely on that energy, unfortunately, because it was done that way, so it needs to be broken that way. So in that part, then we do bounce into them and we forcibly get it out of you, or cleanse you, or whatever the situation may be. Okay, we have Leandro. Bendiciones desde Miami. Blessings from Miami. Blessings, Leandro. We have Stormy. Okay, we have Stormy Trujillo. Hello, appreciate your help. Stormy, I'm here to help you in any way that you guys can, or any way I can, I'm sorry. We have Angeles. How do I attract a guy who sits near me at work? There's several ways. Actually, there's several rituals. Several rituals that we can go ahead and do spiritually. Depending on the attraction that they feel for you, is depending how hard it will get to go ahead and get through with it. If you're talking about a guy that's writing back at you, yes, there is different little things. We have the honey trick, which I think is one of my favorites. People say, oh my God, it's unbelievable how simple it is and how strong it is. You get honey, believe it or not, you cross it in between both arms, and then you go ahead and you cross it in between your mouth. Anything said, anything heard is what attracts the person. There's different rituals where we get white petals and we put cologne on them and we put them inside with a written paper stating the person's name and stating your name. We get a white cloth, we fold it up either in our purse or in a pocket. Always be constantly honest. That means that mind will retain on us. So there's different little ways that we can go ahead and go through it, and actually they're very accurate. If you want a little bit more, go ahead and contact me. I'll be more than happy to help you. We have Alberto. Saludos. Hello. How are you, Albert? We have Lizzie. Bendiciones, Zitmy. Blessings to you too, hon. We have Leandro. Thank you for all your help. I'm glad I was able to help you, Leo. We have, thank you for taking the time to help us. I'll be more than gladly to do that as long as I have the time and I have the issues that you guys may have. I'll be more than gladly to keep on doing it. We have Arlene. Hi, how about misbehaved children? Do you help in those cases? Here we have a little situation, and the reason I'm laughing is because I have my limits with children. Here, I would not even dare to go ahead and give you guys a ritual. Remember, these kids are guardian angels still. They haven't been set, they're guardian angels, so they're not relying on a steady guardian angel to help them. So rituals could be a little tricky in the sense of way that instead of helping them, they can actually harm them. So here, I want you guys to always understand, I want you doing things to the kids. Depending what kids are, I mean, we're talking about 17, 18, 19-year-olds. We're talking about small kids. There is a way to, put them to where they can calm down, but we can't really do a lot of rituals to them. Remember, it's not going to be in the safe side. So I don't want you to go ahead and try out any rituals with kid. I'd rather for you guys to reach me and I'll be more than glad to help you in that sense of way and tell you exactly what's going on. We have Arlene. Okay, to be better in their behavior. That's exactly it. Okay, we have Ikaya. Thank you. Any simple ritual I can do to get my boss to give me a raise and more hours at work? Actually, there are. There are simple rituals. The rituals that I have on the YouTube, unfortunately, I don't have a way to go ahead and determine them. What is the best way you can go ahead and get around them? The materials are the problems that I have here, that I don't have all the materials are adequate that you need in order to go ahead and sustain that ritual. If you look inside my YouTube, you're going to see different rituals that you can go ahead and do in order to sustain or maintain a boss good with you and good behavior with you. Actually sweetening, because that's really what we do with the rituals. We sweeten up the person in order to go ahead and get them to do what we want them to do. My main concern will be, in this case, not giving you one, since I don't know. Remember, there's 30,000 rituals. There's extremely so many, and it's very hard for me to go ahead and sustain every single ritual, what they have in each, ritual. So here, you're going to have to go into my YouTube, and if not, I'll be more than gladly to go ahead and if you want to go ahead and email me, and I will go ahead and get those, ingredients for that specific ritual you want to go ahead and do to your boss. Off my mind, I don't have all the ingredients, but I'll be more than glad to help you if you contact me. Okay. We have B and D. I have a couple trying to take my home from me. I am in the middle of court case to remove them. Is there anything you could recommend to help with this, or help me with this? Court cases are a little difficult. Once we start out a trial, if we haven't started out a trial with an actual case, it's better for us to accommodate. Here you are going to need somebody to help you. If you want, you're more than welcome to call me, because these are things that get out of your hand. Unfortunately, when we're talking about court cases, we're talking about your life, we're talking about justice, we're talking about several little things, and the rituals are done by properties. These properties go little by little, like a puzzle fitting in. You can't forget any and you can't disregard none. So here, it's very hard for you to go ahead and do a ritual and not put it in front of something that has more power. So in this case, I would really recommend you either going to somebody to help you professionally, or knowing exactly what's going on, how many people are involved, who's the judge, what's going on, what are our benefits, where are we struggling, so the properties, we can fix it around to where it benefits you. Not at the end, we're going to go ahead and benefit out of properties that, were there to begin with, and we weakened down on what we should have done in order to go ahead and win that court case. So it gets a little bit curious, but not, curious is not the word, I'm sorry. The way the properties are set are a little bit particularly put in their places. I don't know how to explain myself too good when it comes to a situation where fixing a property or fixing a ritual is due to that. It took us 28, 30 years in my religion in order to go ahead and learn it. So sometimes it's very hard for me to explain to you guys what are the procedures of the actual ritual. But in this case, I would prefer for you either to call me, see what we can go around that, see how we can fix it, and you don't struggle and we hit directly to where it benefits you, hon. Okay, we have Micah. Hello, Zitmy. What kind of spell can you advise for me to find my partner and my soulmate? Help, please. Thank you. Micah, sometimes we find our soulmates in less than a second. And you say, I didn't have this problem before. I used to be fine. Or maybe everything that comes around me is negative. there's a spiritual guardian that we go around that opens and closes the doors of the actual person's life. That means whatever's negative to you will close and whatever's positive to you will open. These are rituals that we have to be very careful at the time doing, because you say, well, no, it's just the person who I'm meeting. No, but this person has to come out with background. May he treat you good, may he care for you, may he help you out the day after tomorrow, will he be good, to build a family. So the time that you're doing the ritual, we have to go ahead and prepare everything to where it helps you find this person and doesn't just bring you the trash that we're not looking for. There is different type of rituals. There are rituals that go behind your door, and no time do they go anywhere inside your house other than behind your door. Why? Because the door is the one that opens and the one that closes, the bad. But everything that has to do with the name, you can put it either inside a cup or you can put it inside a plate. You can get one of the candles that, have two soulmates together. There's a proper way of actually putting everything inside that candle, whether it's honey, whether it's any type of sweet powders, sugar, anything that will help it bring exactly what you want. I know there is several. If you look at my YouTube, you'll see all the ingredients. Sometimes, like I said, I can't keep all these rituals in my mind and every single ingredient it takes. And it's very important at the time that you're doing the ritual that you go along with the actual ingredients. So just look it up, look for love rituals. I have a whole lot of them. I usually put on a weekly basis, so you guys could go ahead and feed off of them and actually be able to go ahead and do them. We have Judine, good night. Any ritual that bind yourself to stay focused to get better grades? These rituals, believe it or not, are done directly to yourself by a way of preparing either baths, soaps. These soaps, well, the soaps, no, because the soaps you will need a special person to prepare that for you. But when it's bath, anything that has white leaves, anything that has cologne, anything that has holy water, the different type of baths that I don't have in mind right now. If you write me an email, I'll be more than gladly to go ahead and get them to you, Udine, so you could go ahead and prepare them. They're baths that you yourself could prepare. And, sometimes you give it to yourself for 7 days, sometimes you give it to yourself for 5 days, and that's to keep your mind completely, directly focused in what you want to go ahead and achieve, hon. We have Leandro. They have informed me that I had a dark spirit. What can I do, I guess, it's in Spanish, but what can I do to go ahead and remove it? When we're talking about dark spirits, we're talking about that was put on you. So at no point can you just go ahead and do something crazy thinking, well, I'm going to have to remove it. There you need somebody professional. You have to go to somebody professional so that they could know exactly what they're doing and they could go ahead and remove this from you. This takes a ceremony. This takes a procedure that we will be able to do. Unfortunately, you can't do that on yourself. You need help, Leo. You would need to go ahead and go to somebody. Or I know you, obviously, you're an old client for me. I'll be more than gladly to go ahead and give you exactly what you need, or have you see how we can go ahead and work around this so we can remove it. Okay, we have Kaya B. Thank you. You're more than welcome, Kaya. Official gender pays. Zitmy, do you know how to make someone drop the crush from the person who truly loves them, like a powerful love spell? Those are called dominating spells. Dominating spells are what it says, domination. Domination is done by a spiritual goddess that's called, that we call upon in order for us to, when we prepare an inche, it's really a powerful thing that we prepare that has different type of properties. It has different type of signs. And we consecrate it for a certain amount of time in order to go ahead and dominate the mind of an actual person. That means dominating them to drop what they don't need and to go with what their heart, with what they will make them better. So this is not a love spell, actually. This is a domination spell. But you can go ahead, like I said, we can, any kind of domination spells, any kind of rituals that can be done by you guys, unfortunately I can't put them there because you might be able to harm yourself during the course of doing them. Why? Because they're not done spiritually, they're done with a little bit more of power to it. So in this kind of hand, and in order to leave a crush, we will need to go ahead and push a lot for that. And that's why I'm saying domination, hun. We have Yvette. We have, hi Zitmy, what can I do for someone who is resisting work? I have tried several of your spells. On my, let me see, on my boyfriend, father of my child, but nothing seems to be working. Any advice? I need something stronger. Yvette, this is where we're coming to. Sometimes the guardian angel of the person is a little bit stronger than what we think. And like I said, my YouTube rituals are done spiritually. One thing is done spiritually and one thing is done by goddesses. These are goddesses. Spiritually is done with the actual heart of the actual person. When you see they're not binding or they're not going down or resisting this actual rituals because their guardian angel is a little bit stronger. So here we would have to push a little more. There is things that I can have you do. You can contact me or write me an email and I will be more than gladly to get those directions down for you. Or if you would like to speak to me, I'll be more than gladly to go ahead and tell you how you would, you would have to proceed in order to go ahead and get this a little stronger. We have BND, thank you, you're more than welcome. I'm here to help you whenever you can. We have Micah, 2 thumbs up, you're amazing. Thank you for being here with us. We have Leandro, you are the best. Thank you for your response. I will be sure to contact you. You have helped me before. Let me see. And as always, I have seen great results. Thank you for being here. And then again, anything I can do for you, Leo. We have Loving Bear. How can I get someone I like to pay attention to me if they aren't? Attraction spells. These are very common. Attraction spells are done, they're very simple, actually. There's several if you look at my YouTube, but I do have them in mind. I can recommend some. In a piece of paper, you can have the picture and actually write the name of the actual person. The ingredients are cinnamon powder, honey, sugar, everything you can do directly into that picture. Once you're pouring the honey, which is the last ingredient that you need to pour in there, you need to go ahead and say exactly who you're praying against, which is the love goddess, and what it's for. That means for this person to be attracted for you. For everything that you do during this time, you do need to light candles. Actually, it would be the picture in the middle and the 5 candles going around it. 5 to 10 minutes on daily basis. Those candles need to be lit for the next 5 days. This is mostly done directly in the bedroom. Why? Because that's the energy that it needs. The person who sleeps next to you, the person that needs to be attracted to you, the person that you want the intimacy to be with. So at all times, I need you to go ahead and maintain this with the light for at least, like I said, 5 to 10 minutes every day for the next 5 days. And then say it upon. Once you're done and over, believe it or not, the same plate that you prepare, I need you to go ahead and take it either to a root of a tree. Why a root of a tree? People tell me. Remember, the root of the tree never stops growing. So it sustains the ritual to never stop moving, never to stop being active. So this is the reason why we leave them at the trunk of the trees. Okay, we have Official. Thank you, Zitmy, because I really like this kid. This kid at my school. I want to know if they really love me the way I really love them, because, let me see, and Jan, you're over them, and I want to be with them. Okay, you want to be with them. I'm trying to understand the question because you're talking about them. You really like this kid in your school, and if they really love you, we're talking about they. You're confusing them a little bit because if he really cares for you, you would like to be with him. We can do it. Like I said, when you're talking about school, I really need to know what school we're talking about. Hopefully it's not elementary, and hopefully it's not high school. Hopefully school is university. Why? Because if it's high school, or it's not that it's not important to you. Obviously, I care for the feelings that you have for this kid. But then again, you have to understand you have a whole life ahead of you. So sometimes when you're, to me, that much of a, I don't want to say baby, I want to say growing teen, I can help you maybe swing so that you can get the attention, but that's as far as I go. Why? Because you're growing and you have a whole life ahead of you. Okay, we have Cassandra. Do you have a good call me spell? Call me are attraction spells. Like I said, I've said a few, but in my YouTube, you guys will find one after the other. If you put attraction spells, you'll see how I like you to have varieties where you will have some which are not stronger, just easier for you to do than the others. We have official, and is there a book of spells I can buy so I can read from it and use the spells? There's plenty of book of spells. Actually, nowadays, several people have asked me why I don't do a whole book of spells, and I think it's not nice, or better yet said, it's easier for me to explain the actual ritual like I usually do, if you see me on my YouTube, than actually write it. Once we write it, you read directions, but it's easier for you to see somebody actually doing it. These are things that come from the heart, and these are things that I'm more than welcome to share with you guys. I wouldn't do a book so you guys can purchase it and then read off of it and follow instructions. I'd rather give you guys what I know, what my experience is, and you guys guide by it. See me do it, you guys do it, and then it seems a lot easier for you instead of having to purchase a book and go by ingredients, by directions. But you know, if you need help, I'll be more than gladly to speak to you on the time that you're actually preparing yourself to do so, and I'll be more than gladly to give you instructions there. Okay, we have Rashonda. What spell can I use to get rid of my boyfriend's mistress? And what gods or spirits can I call help? She won't go away. When we're talking about a relationship that's already stable, and when we're talking about a mistress that has been there for a while, we're not talking about any ordinary person just going ahead and, you know, closing the doors on. We're talking about an actual person who we have to, you know, do these rituals on, and actually for them to function. So we need a little bit of stronger help. Unfortunately, we could do things. Meanwhile, they just begun. You just found out about it. There's rituals that you can do to go ahead and eliminate it before it begins. But when that feeling has kicked in, when that intimacy is there, and when all of that is there, then we need a little bit more push. There, you're going to have to contact me, and I will help you in a different way. We have Liz. Hi, all. Hi, Liz. We have, what can I do for a court case to go in my favor, please? Liz, like I explained a little bit earlier, court cases are a little bit, I would say, threatening. Why? Because you have what benefits you, you have what you want to overlook, for everybody to overlook and not see. So here, the way that we prepare the trick, the ritual with the properties has to be in a way you can't go wrong in any type of way. So this is the reason I don't give court case rituals, really, because the way they're put, they can either go to your favor or they can actually jeopardize you. And if I'm going to go ahead and put a ritual that can maybe jeopardize you, I just won't do it. I think it's too risky. Why? Because the properties they have to be way corrected. You know, we have to see what benefits you. We have to see what everybody has to overlook. So the way the ritual is done is very, you know, very particular. So I would like for you to call me and let me see how I can help you there to see if you can do that on your own, but with my help. Okay, I don't want to go ahead and give you something and you could go wrong on it. We have Official. Thank you very much, Zitmy. I'll be more than happy to help you at any time, Official. Thank you for being here. We have Rashonda. Let me see. What do I have for a communication spell or money spell? Money spells are very simple. Money spells, believe it or not, could actually even be either a decoration in your home. People tell me, why decoration? The way everything is planned and the way everything is put in your house, the way it goes, the ceremony that you do, because it's a small little ceremony. You buy yourself let's say a vase, or I love elephants, believe it or not. Elephants it's a sign of power inside a property. You put a little tray on it, or you put anything that could carry money on top of that, right? We tie a dollar bill to the tail, always. Elephant must be looking from door in. That means their rear must be facing your door. They should be always close to the door. Why? Because we want the elephant money coming in, not looking the trump out the door where it's going out. We attached a dollar bill, whatever kind of dollar you wanted it. We attach it to the tail. We can put a tray on it, and anytime you walk in, you put. Once a year, you're entitled to go ahead and remove the money, always leaving half of that money there. Okay, so the trick to this is, believe it or not, we light it up for the next 3 days. We say exactly the purpose of what the elephant is, to clear, to clear our goals, to go ahead and have this, monetary help coming in, to always sustain money inside the home. We prepare for that. We give the light, and we, like I said, the goddesses that will help us go ahead, fund and stabilize our lives, monetary lives. And the trick to this is you're always going to put either a quarter, whatever it is. At the ending of the year, I want you to go ahead and get all of that. Half of that belongs to you. The other half has to stay. Why? Because we're starting a brand new year. Okay, so that start has to retain there. But it's a very, believe it or not, here I don't miss it. And I've been over 30 years doing my religion. And it's one of the most powerful things I have. My elephant behind my door. We have Loving Bear. Thank you so much, Zitmy. I appreciate it. I really want to do this, and I hope it works out. So thank you. You're more than welcome, hun. We have Bernie, trying to get my ex back. Left me for another, but I feel she wants to come back. What best to do? Okay. To give her a little help to come back. Bernie, once we're doing spells on a person who left. Like I said, I don't have the ingredients off my mind. I keep on repeating this because I do open up a YouTube, which is really big on spells to help you guys on a daily basis, which I'm always saying, by any chance you look at them, you need help, please feel free at any time. Drop down an email, call me on my WhatsApp. We have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have any single way of you guys to contact me, and I'll be more than glad to help you do those rituals and see how we can push her back. We have Cassandra. I want to thank you for talking to me a few months ago. You told me things will be better for me in 3 to 6 months. Things are better. Again, thank you. You're mostly welcome, hun. Okay, from what I'm catching on, Cassandra already tried, we tarot read it, and then from there, we would know exactly what was going on in her life. So I'm very glad to hear that, Cassandra. We have Rashonda. Thank you. Thank you. I will be contacting you soon. I'll be more than glad to go ahead and help you in any way we can, hun. I want to go ahead and keep on with several questions that were at the point, writing to me. I don't want to go ahead and leave out. Were also sent to me because I'm trying to get all of them at the same time. How can I cleanse my house for bad vibes? Anything green that could be helpful. We have powerful, I don't know if you might know what a botanical is. Botanical, not a garden, but botanical, actually, a religious place. They sell different kind of, not trees, I would say leaves. Why? Because they have all these names. So, Rompesar Away, we have Calmito, we have Quítate Tú, we have Rompe Maldición. We have all these names that I know you might not be understanding. You're saying, well, what is she talking about? That we prepare in a bucket of water. And it takes several ingredients. And then with that water, we cleanse our house from the back to the front door. And then we throw away the rest. If you're having a situation directly with what problem? With money problem, with romance problem, with my houses, and me and my wife or me and my husband are always going at it. Loss of communication. There's different type of cleansing of homes. So, feel welcome to reach out to me, and I'll be going ahead and telling you which is the best one for you. We have Abril. This is a beautiful, you great Smith. Okay, long name. I need money from my boyfriend. He's very cheap. Ooh. You know what? That's like a common one. Believe it or not, that's a very common one. Anything that leads to them leaving money, anything that leads to them being sweeter, anything that leads to them being more outgoing, more romantic, everything is domination. Believe it or not, the mind overpowers the heart anywhere. We've been studying it for years, and you know what? We haven't come to a conclusion why, but it is the way it is. You can love somebody, but if you think it's not right for you, the mind overpowers the heart. So here, anything that has to do domination spells must be needed and must be prepared by somebody with a little bit more of knowledge of this, because domination spells could either get you into a problem or they can actually fix the problem that you're on. So when we're talking about having this person be more splendid with you and what is money-wise, we need to dominate in order for him to understand that, he needs to be doing this. Okay, so reach out to me. I'll be more than glad to help you, Avril. We have Rashonda. Do you charge a lot for spells and readings? No, believe it or not, you guys are more than welcome to speak to me without paying. Once we bring down a reading that we have to see exactly what's wrong with you, then you wouldn't need to pay for a reading. But when you have a question, I don't deny questions at any time. I don't deny emails at any time. It's not that this is a fundraise. Well, no, we're charging you so you can speak to me. It's not that. When you need something in particular to bring down a reading because you have a special problem, then we do have to tarot read. But when you don't have it and you have a question, of something that you want, it's not about the actual spell. It's the material that it takes or whatever it is and whatever you demand. Remember, there's not one ritual that will fix your whole entire life. But it's not that we're here sitting waiting. No, we're going to charge you this much for this ritual. No. Let's see how we can help it. If we don't need the ritual and you could do this on your own, you're more than welcome to, ask for the advice, and I'll be more than gladly to give it to you. So it's not something that I'm just, we're just here sitting, to reach out and charge you for your spells. No, whenever we're here to help, I'll be more than gladly to go ahead and let you know. You guys are more than welcome to try it on. If you need more of assistance, then we can go ahead and do the rituals, hon. We have Delia. I just text you. Okay, Delia, I'm on live, but I'll be more than gladly to go ahead and answer you as soon as I can. Will you please make a video to turn extreme bad luck to extreme good luck? I will write it down and I will keep it in mind. And of course, whatever, we can do about it, we'll go ahead and be more than gladly to do it. We have Sylvia. Hi, mommy, I need help getting my boyfriend to forgive me. And let's say, get him back. I have put him in honey and cinnamon. Do you know of something else? Remember, the relationship is like a trunk. You go building it on honesty, a lot of boundaries, to where limits come in, to where intimacy, communication, a lot of things go in. So in this case, I would need to speak to Sylvia to see what is the situation, or what was the situation that was originally placed, to see what we can do. Because sometimes it's a little stronger and a little harder than what you think. Why? Because that trunk has been damaged already. So in order to gain that, stability again, in order to gain that trust, it might take us a little bit. Or maybe sometimes it might not take us anything. So let's see where you're at, okay? And then from there on, we'll move a little bit forward. Okay, we have Moses. Hello, bendiciones, bendiciones, Moses. Okay, I'm constantly writing to you guys where you're able to reach me on my best magical spells, information on my actual email, what is my WhatsApp. Please do not hesitate. Sometimes the rituals might get a little bit hectic for you guys. Why? Because you're not aware of how to do them, or by any chance, you're not comfortable in doing them. You don't think that you're able to go ahead and do them. So feel free, you guys, to write to me, and I will go ahead and be more than happy to explain to you. They're telling me I have 5 minutes left, so I want to go ahead and see how we can go ahead and get to as many questions as we can left. We're taking some. Why all of a sudden my house is full of ants? Is there anything bad? I never get ants. Believe it or not, ants could work both ways. Now you tell me full of ants means horrible and I'm swamped with problems. It could be. I'm not saying it's not. The majority of times it is. But sometimes where we want rituals, let's say rituals that we do to other people, and this ritual was a bad ritual to either separation or termination or a person that envies me, we want the ants to come and eat the ritual. So everything that we pour into that ritual, we want to get it full of ants. Why? Because ants eat down the problem, right? So that's exactly what we want to do. So ants could be either or. Sometimes they could be eating down a situation, a chaos that we have inside the home, but the majority of times it caused a problem. There's a problem, there's something going on. What is ants? What is spiders? What is worms? People call me flies, mosquitoes. Those are regular things. They fly, and it is. But when it comes to those kind of magnets, all these kind of things, then we have a problem. So we should, go down a little bit further and see if there is a problem, or that we just had ants and we need, to go ahead and terminate them. Let me see. We got Kaya B. Do you have any spiritual advice for someone who wants to work in the film industry and get casted? Spiritual advice. Believe it or not, what you want to do the day after tomorrow, what you want to go ahead and get into, is very spiritually. Rituals do come in, but here are more spiritual ways to do some. As an advice, there is no such thing as an advice for me to give you other than you follow your dreams, follow your goals, and don't see any walls or any barriers to them. I've had several cases where, not directly in filming, different type of industries have come by me, and these are things that, believe it or not, we do rituals on opening doors and closing other doors. That means closing the doors to where leaving your past life, and opening doors to where it benefits you, or that's exactly where your goals are at. So here, hon, if it's advice, you can't let go of what you have. If it's you want to go ahead and extreme a little bit more and help push to it, I'll be more than gladly email me exactly the situation, what you're coming from, and I will be more than glad to put up some type of ritual for you that you can try to, help yourself to push it out, okay, and get there. We have CVV. How long does it take to get a reading? Do you, or are you able to give exact dates. No, I'm able to give exact dates. I think it's very unprofessional to keep you guys waiting semi amount of times. Obviously, there is a lot of readings coming in. I cannot lie. We do go in, but I have people, personnel that will always maintain communication with you, because with me, a communication is a must. There's people that say, no, we're done, and forget about me. No. Once we start a reading, once we start a ritual, when we start everything, communication is a must. So, we have somebody always there helping you guys. If it's a question, they'll also put you to talk to me. It's not that you can't talk to me because you have a question. No, of course, yes. But they'll go ahead and fitting you in on the schedule. So give you the times that are available, what the question may be, whatever it may be. If they can help you, they'll help you. If not, they'll go directly to me, and I'll be more than gladly to go ahead and attend you guys. We have Moses. Okay, so how? Oh, okay, here. Okay, so I'm crowned Oshun Chango. I'm guessing Oshun your mother, Chango your father. But my godmother and father also crowned my aunt, who started lies and problems between us. Now I have to been back to my house, but now she's been messing with me. Can you help? Okay, so you're talking about your godmother and your godfather crowned the same person that you have problems with. You know what, Moses? I don't want to go ahead and talk directly live. I think this becomes a little bit more of your private life, and when we're talking about Ochun, it gets a little bit more complicated, because she's the smallest, but she could be the worst. So you know what, feel free. You can contact my office, and they will go ahead and put you down as to, if by any chance they can't catch me at that same moment, they'll go ahead and tell me, well, when we could talk, and we'll find a solution to where you don't have to harm your aunt. You don't have to make this a war between Ochun or whoever's crowned on her, and we can keep you out of problems, hon, because when you don't know how to maybe work directly the religion you're in or anything, it could become an issue. Okay, and I don't want to see you go into that war. So feel free, you can contact me, and I'll be more than gladly to help you on that. Okay, we have Lisi. My friend smelled funeral flowers in her house, and her family has smelled it also, but they are not in her house. What does that mean? Okay, she smelled funeral flowers in her house, and her family has smelled it too. I'm guessing the funeral flowers are not in her house, obviously. They're funeral flowers. So this is what more or less I'm catching on from this, Lisi. Believe it or not, the spiritual life is a little bit tricky. We're able to smell them sometimes. We're able to see them. And not necessarily doesn't mean it's something harmful. Not necessarily doesn't mean she has something bad in her house. They have a particular smell. Now you're telling me who. Once you're a medium, you learn how to deal with a life that's beyond, obviously, dead. And they have a particular smell. And sometimes we're born, believe it or not, by umbilical cord through mediums, or we have ancestors that are mediums, and we're born with this gift, and we're able to extend or smell or see or know a little bit more about them, but we don't know how to work with them since we're not in that kind of spiritual way. She can call me and let's see exactly what she's smelling. Maybe she's born with a little gift, and I'll explain to her. She can go across it, and she could begin how to understand it. Okay. How can I speak directly with you? During a reading, not your workers, please. No, you won't have to speak to my workers. Like I said, they're there to take care of your daily questions as to where you want to get directly to me, but they're there also to schedule you in my appointment book. You can speak directly to me. I don't deny myself to anybody. Like I said, you guys just write down an email, you call my WhatsApp. They'll tell you, well, I don't know your name directly, but we have this time, and this time, which is more convenient for you. And they'll go ahead and squeeze you in my schedule. I'll be more than gladly to go ahead and talk to you. Well, my time has come up. There again, you do have my email. You do have my WhatsApp. I thank you for being on a live broadcast today. And again, anytime we will be mentioning as many broadcasts as we can. So I'll be back over here trying to answer all your questions. Thank you and have a wonderful night.